PlotSource is free online virtual plotboarding software. It's there to help you think less like a writer and more like a storyteller. It allows you to take your ideas from inception through the plotting and development process and make your story as robust as you need it to be before you begin scripting. As writers, we always want to jump in and play with our characters, but in doing so, create a mess of our own creation. Plotboarding is a tried and true method for developing stories and mapping out the narrative structure or plot of your project. When you first open PlotSource, you will see a couple of demo cards on the first timeline of the board. These are just to show you how things look, and you don't need to use them. To get a wider view of the board, we suggest zooming out in your browser using Ctrl- until you're comfortable with what you and your group can see on the monitor. First, name your project. Do this by clicking on Project Title. By default, projects open with 3 acts and 3 plots, and each act has its own timeline. Thus, your project board starts with 3 timelines, and this is where you stick your plot cards. To change the default setup, go to Layout. Here you can choose how many acts you want, how you name them, what plot card sizes you want available, as well as switching to dark mode, turning on 8 sequence structure, removing the character card timeline from view, or switching the plot cards to show their descriptions in default mode. Save and close. On the right of the boards is the button to add individual plot cards. Click on a card once to expand it, and double-click to open the card editor. When cards open, they only have basic information available. This is to get your writing process started and not be overwhelming from the outset. The best way to start writing is just to start. You can always go back and make changes. You can select a title for your card, a description, then allocate your card to a plot and define its current status, such as draft. You can also allocate a sequence if you write an 8-sequence structure, and add some basic beats. A tip from a current user, you can use the plot cards to follow your character's external struggle, and the beats inside the cards to follow their internal struggle. You can add a lot of information under Advanced Details, but we'll leave that for now and come back to it in the next video. You probably have your story in mind already, so a quick way to get it onto the board is with quick cards. Quick cards allow you to quickly populate the board with your basic plot, or what you have so far. Add as many cards as you like, define their basic information, and select Save and Close. Your board is now populated. While you can drag cards around the timelines at will, quick cards is a great way to move a number of cards at once. Just change the card's act, plot, and status, select Move, and the cards will all realign themselves across the timelines. Under Elements, you can quickly add characters and locations. These will then be accessible across your plot cards. If you decide to change a character's name or a location, doing so here will repopulate all your plot cards, saving you time. Now save your project. We don't hold any of your information, your data is yours. But that also means you need to save your work yourself. Congratulations! Your story is underway and can start taking shape.